Another advantage is that there are different quiz formats. Socrative offers several different ways to quiz students, each serving a different purpose. The basic quiz format is great for working in groups or as an entire class, as the teacher determines when to move on to the next question. This provides a lot of opportunity for discussion if students are confused on a particular question. There is also a quiz mode more focused on individuals. Each student essentially takes his or her own quiz and then determines when to move on to the next question. The teacher can then track the progress of each student following a chart. If multiple students are having difficulty with a particular question, teachers can discuss the correct answer after everyone is finished. The third quiz format is Space Race, a great mode for having a little bit more fun. In the Space Race format, students can work individually or in pairs with one student submitting the answers. The goal of Space Race is to get the most correct answers while answering more quickly than the other competitors. It's a great way to disguise learning as a game and keep students focused, as it requires both speed and accuracy. Finally, another advantage is that there's immediate feedback. In terms of cons, the only real drawback of Socrative is that quizzes are not available outside of the classroom. Socrative works by having students enter their teacher's room code, which links them to whatever quiz or activity the teacher is broadcasting. The teacher's device has to be broadcasting, and the student's devices have to be within the reach of the wireless signal for any of the Socrative activities. So a teacher cannot broadcast a quiz and have students take it at home, for example. However, teachers can create a digital file of the quiz questions and either print it or send it to the students to take as at home as a review assignment. For this digital simile project, I created a simile to express the role that digital media plays in my life. I stated, my media life is like a heavy snowfall because it covers everything. Using Windows Movie Maker, I created a digital illustration of my simile. The text of my simile is spread across various slides rather than just being all on one slide. A new image appeared approximately every 5 seconds. Working with Windows Movie Maker, I was able to incorporate animations and transitions throughout the project. Additionally, I added theme music to enhance my digital story. I could use tools like Windows Movie Maker or iMovie for digital stories in my future career as well. Students can create digital stories that align with mathematics lessons. Using this tool, they can have pictures and include their voice as the narration. I think this would be a great tool to have my students summarize what they've learned as each unit comes to a close. As a teacher, I will also have open houses. During this time, I think it'd be very interesting to have a digital story playing of my students and what they are doing in the class for the parents. This project was inspired by a lesson on digital citizenship. Since we live in a technologically advanced world, as a future teacher, I believe it is important to empower my students to make safe, smart, and ethical decisions online. Being a good digital citizen is more than just knowing your way around the web. My next project is an infographic. An infographic is a visual way to represent information or data. Infographics often have images, statistics, facts, charts, and diagrams. I made my infographic using Piktochart. Piktochart is an easy-to-use infographic maker, which promotes visual communication. With Piktochart, you can select a format and theme. There are also templates where you can insert or change shapes, as well as edit the background, text, and graphics. Afterwards, I was able to publish my infographic. Additionally, you can convert your infographic into a printable handout or presentation. I created my infographic based on current trends in technology. I did research reading articles such as the Horizon Report and Project Tomorrow. I found the Horizon Report to be very interesting, specifically since many of the technologies were not specifically designed for education, yet they can be effectively applied anyways. The tools incorporate real-life applications and creativity. Online learning is a strategy that I am most familiar with, and this tool is becoming very popular in educational institutions, so I thought it was important that the panel reviewed it. I was happily surprised that a lot of the technologies, such as robotics and wearable technology, as well as makerspaces, revolve around STEAM. I think trends such as online learning and makerspaces will have a significant impact on the way I instruct my future classroom. I think online learning can be beneficial, particularly at the high school level, because I could implement a flipped classroom. At home, my students could work on the lower levels of Bloom's taxonomy, whereas in the classroom, students can apply, analyze, and create. This promotes higher order thinking. Additionally, we live in a technologically advanced world. Therefore, it is important that students gain experience working with digital tools. Makerspaces allow for hands-on learning and creation. I think using tools such as 3D printers would enhance my curriculum. The students would be more engaged and learn to become active problem solvers. I also want to incorporate STEAM concepts into my lessons, so this tool would aid in that process. I am interested in learning more about virtual realities. A virtual reality can produce simulations. I think this is a tool that can be used in any type of classroom, but it would add an entirely new dimension to mathematics. Students would be totally engaged. For instance, in a calculus class, students would be able to visualize 3D objects rotating around a curve, a concept that is often difficult to comprehend without visuals. Additionally, students could work with derivatives to find slopes, positions, or accelerations of a roller coaster while being able to simulate the problem. Within Project Tomorrow, I reviewed the findings from the Speak Up data. I was immediately interested in the reports about flipped classrooms. The most surprising find was that 41% of administrators say pre-service teachers should learn how to set up a flipped classroom model before getting a teacher credential. I think taking technology courses helps prepare us for this statistic. My infographic addressed blended learning. I wanted to learn the answers to the question, what are the benefits of blended learning in schools? I define blended learning as a strategy that incorporates multiple methods of instruction in order to customize the learning experience for each student. Instruction can be delivered face-to-face or online. Additionally, blended learning can be student or teacher-led. From there, I express the benefits of blended learning. There is more time for discussions and higher order thinking during the face-to-face interaction. Blended learning creates a larger atmosphere for students to communicate with their peers or their teacher. This approach also engages students and grabs the attention of the 21st century learners through different platforms. Teachers can customize learning with different online tools. Students can learn in multiple styles or at a different pace. Students can access and share a variety of resources, promoting collaborative learning. Overall, the goal of blended learning is not to replace teachers with technology. Rather, the purpose is to reimagine the classroom and empower educators with helpful tools and strategies. I was also able to insert a video clip into my infographic. I can see myself using PictoChart when I am a teacher in the very near future. I can create presentations and convert them into infographics or vice versa. Additionally, I can present the lesson with this tool and make printable handouts for my students. Next, I learned how to make an effective presentation through PowerPoint. In class, I learned several key components of an effective presentation. Presentations should be visual. There should be less than 7 words per slide, with a few exceptions. There should only be one main idea per slide. An image can take up an entire slide in order to represent the main idea while you talk. Avoid bullet points. Size matters. Font size needs to be large with larger audiences. Typically, the font size should not be smaller than 30. There should be balance. There is a rule of thirds, and the main idea is usually in the middle. Also, the presentation should be simplified. It is important to avoid visual clutter. Titles should also be appropriate with a correct capitalization of letters, and fancy fonts should be avoided because they may be difficult to read for some people in the audience. Also, there needs to be visual clarity. In other words, follow contrast rules. Include shadows and transparency and make words stand out using bold. For this project, I made a title slide, 8 content slides, and a citation slide. Additionally, I included active learning strategies. Active learning strategies allow students to engage with the material, participate in the class, and possibly collaborate with each other. Examples of active learning strategies include opening questions, introductory think, pair, and share activities, focus listings, brainstorming, questions, blank slides, take breaks, note checks, question-answer pairs, 2-minute summary papers, and asking final questions. In my presentation about types of soccer kicks and passes, I included an opening question. Can you name any types of soccer kicks or passes? Opening questions in the beginning allow the audience to focus on the topic. I can use this to build from their prior knowledge. I also incorporated a focus listing near the end of the presentation. Take out a sheet of paper and list as many characteristics of proper passing as you can. This allows me to see what the audience remembers from my presentation. From there, I can tailor my presentation. Additionally, I added music to my title slide and citation slide. The sound included cheers coming from fans in a soccer stadium. In the background, you can hear a referee's whistle. I think this sound really set the mood for my presentation. It gave the audience a feeling of actually sitting in a soccer match to get them focused. Overall, music is very beneficial as it enhances the presentation. Afterwards, I created a screencast of this PowerPoint presentation. So a screencast is a digital recording of the computer screen, which often contains an audio narration. I created a PowerPoint presentation about the types of soccer kicks and passes. Then using Screencast-O-Matic, I was able to screencast the presentation while also recording my voice. There are many benefits of screencasting a presentation. As a teacher, I can record lessons and publish them for my students. Absent students can watch the videos at home and stay caught up with the class. Also, screencasting is a very helpful tool when flipping lessons. Students can watch the lectures at home and do in-class activities at school. This promotes higher-order thinking, collaborative learning, and application. When a student is watching the screencast, he or she can take notes. Additionally, all students learn at a different pace, so students can pause and re-watch the videos as needed. Also, they can revisit the videos if they need a quick refresher. When you're done recording your screen, you have the option to save the video clip to your device or upload it to your YouTube account. I uploaded my screencast to YouTube so that it is public, and I can share the link with others. Overall, Screencast-O-Matic gives me the opportunity to record on-screen activity for short tutorials and visual representations, while allowing me to communicate and give demonstrations. Screencast-O-Matic also gives the option of recording your face along with your voice through your webcam. This tool is very helpful, and I have made 4 screencasts so far since the time that I have learned about this tool. I am actually screencasting this portfolio right now.